Okay, today we'll see using child collections and related collections. It can be standard or custom collections in Groovy. So how we can use and how we can create records. Like if I want to update any child record, so how we can do. So all of that we'll see in Groovy. So in new view. While explaining new view, so we saw right like how we can create a record, how we can update a record, and then how to read a field in a record from a record. So it is the same way, but here for collections, so we can use the standard like for every child object or related object, a collection kind of collection will be created, and that we can use uh, directly. We don't need to use like filter. So we'll explain in one. Suppose so event is a object, right? So if we have a like contacts tab, right? So in events, suppose we'll just create one child child or related object. So the way of using collections for child object and related objects are almost same. It is same. So now I'll create a related object, and then we'll see how we can use here. Okay. Okay, contact is already a child object to event, and it has one to many and many to one. Okay. Or else so we'll link account relationships is not there, so we'll link account, and then we'll see. So for creating relationship, right? So we can go to here. And then we'll just create one simple relation from event to account. It is taking time. So So now we created relationship, and then we'll go to account, and we'll just add that subtab of event, and then we'll see how we can access, how we can create event from account. So if we save something, like for now, we'll just use simple scenario. Whenever I updated one field, any one of field in account, so that time an event should be created. So like that will create, but we can apply this same scenario to the same whatever we have. Now we'll add that event subtab. If we create, as we see, like if we create M2M relationship, so in both the objects, we can add the subtab, same subtab. Means so in event object, we can add account subtab, and in account, we can add event object. So like that, we can add if it is a M2M relation. But since this is a 1-to-M relation, so I can add, I can only be add in account object. It's too slow. Okay, now we have created we have added subtab, and we have created 1-to-M relation, right? So in from account, like we thought, like uh, if we update something, an event should be event record should be created uh, in the event object, and that too, it should be related to the, it should relate to this account, because we are creating from this account, right? So it should be shown in the subtab just now we added. So we'll open. So in the UI, it will be like this. If I go to accounts, okay. So here we have events, and like if we update any if we update this account, right? So I should see one event record should be created, and that should show here for this account. And so that like that is how this relationship works, right? So so for one account, I can add multiple events. Okay, so we'll go to application composer, and this should happen when I save before when I save record, right? So I'm selecting before update of account object, and then will write the script here. I'll select before update, and it will be create event. Okay, so now we are in account object only, and we are creating to the same object. And if I'm in the same, if I open some record and if I update any field, the event record should be created on the same account. So for that, we should first get, so we should get like when this should happen. So like for suppose uh, what we have, what fields we have, will check, and then based on that, we'll just get that field. So if I change that field, so the script should trigger. We'll go to fields, and then we'll check for that field. So it can be type. Can I just change the type? So maybe, or URL. Okay, I'll just check this one. If is attribute, change it. So when this field is changing, so I'm writing my script. So if this field is changed, it should create an event record. So that's what I'm doing. And now we got the event. So when this script should trigger, now we need to get the like that event object, right? So because we created already this event, so it should come here. So if you expand this account, all the related objects will be shown here. All the related and child objects will be shown under this hierarchy. So if you see, if you observe for account, so these are all the related and child objects. Okay, and currently for uh, standard collections and related objects, so it is showing type as text, but previously it was a related object or child objects, so something like that. But for custom object, so we can choose type equal to related, and then if we search all the custom see all the custom related collections, related objects, that will be shown here. So for our event, right, so this is the collection name. So if you see, this is a related collection. And if it is a related object means, so if we create any DCL, right, so that is also kind of a relation, right? So if we create any DCL, so the type will be like this, related object. So we can use this as a like collection name. In case of a DCL, so like we have a contact DCL, if we have contact DCL in event, right? So we can get all the attributes from contact in event object. So now we'll call this collection, and we just need to define this is event collection, right? So this is how we just define. We'll just give the name. But in new view, we use, right, new view of the object API name. But here we just need to define with one variable, or we can use directly also, but we are defining in a variable, and that will use in the next steps. So now we have the related collection name. So now we want to know what are the fields available in this object, in event object, right? So for that, so we should clear this, and then if we click on the this hierarchy, right, from here. So here under account, we are we want to check the API name of event. So on clicking account, right? If I want to know the fields in events, so I can just click on the events, and then I can go to my event object. Okay, so where I can find all the fields in the event object. Okay, so here, so I can create a row, I can create a record, and then if you see, there should be one field that will tell like the object, the account ID, right? So this is the account ID. Okay, so now so I'll go to this notepad. So here we have some sample collections. Okay, and these are the, like, just how we can use. So this is the very first one is, if I have something like this collection attachments. So if I want to get the count, so like in the same, in our case, if I want to get how many event records in an account, so then I can use like this count equal to the event collection dot get estimated row count. So I can get that count, and then I can use it further. So this is how we can get the count for child collections. And there are some limitations for this get estimated count row count. In some collections it might not work, but if you want, we can use like this, we can try. And then creating a record in collection. So like we just now defined the collection name, right? And then after that, we just need to use these 4 lines to create record. So if we have more fields to create the same record, then we can add few more fields, and then these like if you have few fields, then these 4 or 5 lines will be enough. And for updating, so we'll call the okay, we will call like this. Fusion. Like for setting setting attribute, we just need to use the same way, but see, like suppose if this is the same collection, better to use in our application, in our scenario. Okay. First we'll use this create scenario, and then we'll go with collection updating. So now this is my sample script to create collection, right? So the first line is defining a collection name, and then I'll use the same to create row in my event object, and then each row. Uh, so in that row, I'll specify what are the fields and what are the field values, and then I'll finally insert, right? So this is how I can create. So here we just need to specify what is the required fields for creating event, right? So record name is a field that is required. Okay. Actually, it's not available here, but this is the required field. So we are giving field value 1, and then we'll give we'll just insert now function. Okay. So if we want to give something inside quotes, if we want to define some like variable, right? So this is how we can give. Fine. Or we'll remove to reduce the complexity, and we'll just give 1 2 3 something. This is one field, and then we have one more field, right? Event type. So event type we have. So I'll give that field, and value is orientation. One of the values orientation, and we'll use this. Okay, record name it is not showing, so okay, we'll comment. We'll try. Okay, this is how we just need to we can create. And in addition to this, we'll add account field also so that it will be related. Or yeah, we'll just use this script and we'll see. Because anyway, we are in the account collection. Like in account, we are in the related object, so it should uh, create auto. It should link automatically. So I'll go to account and then we'll test. Now I'll change URL, right? And then I'll save. Okay, and then we'll go to events. We'll see. Yeah, if you see, the event is created, right? So, but I think, yeah, event is created. Whatever we have given, with that it created an event. And to update this event, right? So now we'll just modify our script and then we'll just update this description and so that update event will be covered. So how we can update a child or related collection record. So we'll see that. Okay, so this is for create, right? Now, so we'll comment out this creating script. Okay, and then we'll write for update script. So for update, so the sample script is this one. So just this 2-3 lines are enough. So because it can have multiple records, right? So if you need to access only one related collection record, it means in one account, in the same account, if we want to access only one event record, then we can use if we want to access multiple event records, then we need to use while, and then just we will change the code. And I'll get each and every row here. And so for each row, what I need to do is I need to use set attribute, because I'm going to update, right? Set attribute and then the field name and field value. So field name will be like description, I think. Right, I will check the API name and then we'll get that. Okay, description, that is the API name, and we'll give this is updated from account before update trigger, right? At now, if we use now, it will just print the current time, and this is what we are doing. So this is enough. So if we want to update multiple fields, we'll just add one more row, that is row dot set attribute and another attribute. But what we need to know is, so getting getting the collection name from this function palette, and then using it here, and applying the same how we can create using new view, right? How we can create and update using new view. So same way. So now in the description, we don't have anything, but after saving, it should just print the value, whatever we said, we have written in the script. Okay. Sorry. So if we notice this, it checked for the existing record, right? If we have one more record, no, so it will do the same. It will update in the both the records. Since currently we have only one record, it just updated here. So this is updated from account before update trigger at this time, right? So that is what we given to update. So it just updated. And in the same way, we can access child objects also. If we create any child object, in the same way we need to search, and then in the same way we need to get the collection, and then we can create or update in the same way. So now for M2M relationships, so we can that is also same way. So in account object, right, we'll get the collection for event, and we'll get we get actually the intersection object. So that intersection object collection will get. So through that we need to access the both objects information, like account and event. So if we create M2M relation, so then this is the way. So if we are using opportunity, right? So to get the revenue object information, right? To create a revenue line, and then finding all the like revenue records and adding up all the like revenue amounts, whatever if we add multiple products. So if you want to find out the like total amount, right? So then we can use this collection concept, and then we can get the collection records, and we can add all the revenue amounts, and then we can get the final result. The difference, if you notice, between new view and collection is in new view, right? So you will give this kind of filters, right? So but here we don't need to give, because if we use like this, right, that is our script. So this one, so if we use like this, because it knows that it is a related object, and it is a related collection, and then whatever records we get, right, so it's already uh, like it's already related to the same record whatever we are accessing. So if we are updating some account, so this collection knows that it should give only the records, only the event records related to this account record. So that's how we'll get in this row, we'll get only the related records for that particular account. And in the same we can access using new view, but there we need to specify which, so we need to specify which object, and in that object, so what is the account filter we need to give, right? So in event objects, we can go and then filter, we should give account ID equal to this account ID, and then only we'll get. But in collection, by using related collection, we'll get directly without any filter. So that one filter step is not necessary in collection. Also, from a best practice perspective, so collection is better than new view. So so always we should try to use collections if that collection is available. Then only if through collection, if that is not possible to create any record or something, then only we should go with new view. But in some cases, collections might not work, because if we have multiple filters, so here, since we have we can't give filter, so we should go with filter new view only. And some object might not support this collections, so that time also we should go with new view. But wherever it is possible, we should go with collections. And then we'll see if so we in this example, we just saw how we can get custom collections, right? But what if I have a child, what if I have a standard collection? So suppose this event is a custom collection, but if I go to this is account, right? So if I go to phone, so phone and email are also collections, right? So that we know. Or addresses, so addresses, phone, these are all collections. So if you remember previous topics, I think so all email, right? Email and all is a collection. Here you can get all the email records of a collection. So to create a record or to get the email, right? So either from here we can get, or if we go to account, right? If you just click on account, and then if you search for email, so here this is actually the collection name. This is not a field. This is not a direct text field, but it is a collection name. But from few releases, it is showing here as a text, but this is a collection name actually. So we can use this collection name like how we did, how we use it, right? For custom collection. In the same way we can use, and then we can get all the emails in that particular account. And then if we get phone, we can use the same way. And if you want to create a new email in that email collection, we can create. So like this we can find, or the other better example is say Team Vivo. Okay, Team Vivo, right? So for that, again, I'm going to account, and then team, I'll say team. Okay, so Team Vivo. So this is the API name for team. So in account, if we go to team subtab, right? So we can add the team members, right? So those team members will be placed in this collection, in the team collection. So if you notice here, this is also showing type as text. So that is what we just need to differentiate just based on display name and attribute name, whether it's a field or collection name. Previously, it was showing related object or related collection like that, but now it somehow it is showing text. And that's all for today. Thank you.